Today, I'm here to talk about the most famous king in Tudor England, and he is called Edward VI. My mom never knew him because she doesn't really know about anything about England. But today, I'm here to talk about Edward VI, the most youngest king of England and the most famous son of the King Henry VIII. Henry VIII is very famous for having 6 wives, but let's not talk about him because I ever talk about him. So let's talk about Edward VI. Edward was Henry's first son. I mean, not the first, but maybe the third, second, or what. Because he really wants a son. And you know what? Catherine Aragon gave him his first daughter, Mary. Second, Anne Boleyn gave him Elizabeth I, but he wants a son. So the third wife, James Seymour, gave him Edward VI. James Seymour died at 29 because due to illness of childbirth. So Edward never saw his mother anyway. He was an infant and he was just born. Edward was not really have a very good relationship with his sister Mary or Elizabeth, but Elizabeth do have a really good relationship with him because he was her brother, of course, and he was famous for being a tyrant and getting the crown at 9 years old. Because Henry did not care about age, did not care about his behavior, did not care about anything. He just wanted him to be the next Tudor to rule. He didn't want the Tudor era to end. That's what he did. And the thing that surprised me the most is that King Edward VI actually didn't rule. He is the king, but the person that actually helped him to rule the time, which looks really like a king, is actually Edward Seymour. Okay, I think that's Edward Seymour. And he kind of like he was the brother of Jane Seymour, his mother. That's why that man ruled England. And nobody asked him to rule but he really wanted to rule. He helped Edward on his way to Edward's. That's going to be obvious. And that's what he did. Edward VI was famous for being a child ruler and a boy king. That him, however, he never got a wife, he never got any children. That's why he got the end of himself. Every one of Henry Tudor's children, nobody of them even got a child of their own. So let me talk one more thing about him. After this is an important part. Edward did not rule England for that long because he ruled England for 6 whole years. He caught a very, very bad fever, and that is called tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a note of cancer. It looks like cancer, and that is very dangerous because it can make you die because it's very, very deadly. People encounter it in 2026 survived because there's medicine to drink and technology is very high. But in the 1536, they do not have medicine, they do not have technology, they do not have anything. That's why people who caught a fever is known to be dead because that's going to be a very interesting part. Edward and his sister Elizabeth, both of them got into ruling, and Elizabeth got the safety of her permissions because Edward was king. I mean, Elizabeth's brother is Edward VI, so that's why he doesn't imprison her. But after he died on a very funny date, that's when he died, and he was only 15 years old because that's what I told you. Medicine is hard to find those times, and it's not even that convenient for you to find. Very hard to find because sometimes there's no medicine at all. So the boy king was gone ever. And Mary Tudor became the next monarch of England, then Elizabeth in the third place. So that's how about the story of the famous boy King Edward VI. Bye! Thank you for watching my video talking about Edward VI. Remember, when you see someone who was like a child, doesn't mean that they have grown up because that looks like him. Bye. Thank you for watching.